We're going live with Joyce LeeAnn, archivist After Hours, who is the Womb Nation full moon featured priestess for the month of February. This means that, oh, there she is. Join Womb Nation this month and any month to see also Mecca Elevated, who was last month's featured full moon priestess. Hey, Joyce is here. Good, good.
Look at this tattoo. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we're this month, so y'all can still join Womb Nation to see Mecca Elevated, who was last month's full moon featured priestess, Black Woman Magical Sound Bath. This month, I'm introducing to you the deep. This is like, if you've been following me for a while, you probably not even ready.
You have no idea.
You have no idea.
For Black History Month, we taking it all the way back.
Taking it all the way back. This love connection is taking it back, before the death, through the rebirth, all of the names. You know me by all of my names.
All of your names. All of the names. Suicide Poet, let's go.
They don't even know. They don't even know about Suicide Poet.
Oh my dear friend.
I love you. It's good to see you.
It's so good to see you. Like, look at you out here in the lighthouse.
It real.
On Instagram Live, on your platform. We've come a long way.
We've come a long way. It's good.
I remember when I first saw you, when you first gave me like a tour of your space that you're in right now, how my gangster self actually cried some thug tears, remember?
Thug tears were cried.
Thug tears were cried.
You know the
because
story.
It was like, wow, I've seen you be this, go from this pink hair, dynamic poet, multilingual poet on stage at Naropa University in Boulder, Colorado. I've seen you on stage summer 2008, 16 years ago. And you were just this powerhouse poet, this fashionista, this like bright light, this bubbly personality. You were the only other Black woman I saw on campus for a minute. Like, I mean, there was a few sprinkled, but not like this. Where remember I came to you and I was like, you have to be my friend for the summer writing program.
You're like, we're friends now. And so it
was. So it is.
I remember you also. I remember what you were wearing. So you had your shaved head. You didn't have your like goddess as yet on your head. You had your head, and then you were wearing like your body, because your body always bodying. You were wearing this little body like bubble skirt. You were like punk, ballerina punk. You were wearing this like poofy, like a gray bubble skirt, and then you have like the long legs. I was just like, I will be your friend. Oh my God.
I will totally be your friend. And to see you from there, to go through all these different evolutions and witnessings of your journey, and to see where you are at now, that's what made me cry, because like you said, I was there before the death. I was there when you learned with the shaman. I bared witness to the shaman telling you what the death meant. I was there
to the shaman. You took me to the shaman.
Yeah, I like took notes while you were getting the reading from the shaman. You had the cane. You like went through like everything. I remember you went across the country to tell your death story and like come back to language. I remember all of your, like, you really are a multi-rounded goddess who's done the work. You've done all the training, the Reikis, the Kemetic yoga, the this thing, the that thing. You're like, oh, so now I'm studying with these people out in God knows where. I remember times you sent me photos and there's a bear in the dumpster behind you. A literal bear.
That's what I was living in. They don't know.
And so to see you through all of those different evolutions and to see the real return from death. Like, it's not like, I mean, like, we can laugh about it now, but you were on like suicide, you know, like it was deep. And to know that you like just kept like falling and falling, right? Like trying to get yourself back up. You literally didn't know if you were going to be able to walk again. And like falling and falling and getting back up and getting back up. And now to see you like sitting on your throne in a castle in one of your like for when we talk about like what's that word? When you formative years, you're in the homeland of your formative years and like pretty much your native language, and to see this here and then for me to join you here is like this. Come on, Aquarius, new moon, give it to us.
Come on, dragon year be dragging in.
Dragging it in. And so I think what we've been talking about a lot offline is just how important it is to remember all of these things, because you can often sit here on this throne looking as fabulous you are in all of your glory and you be forgetting.
Yeah,
you
that's
be
real.
You be forgetting who the fuck you are. And I'll be like, but you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna make it. The problems, remember I told you yesterday, I was like, your problems are not sounding like they used to. And you're like, I don't know, like, should I get this other problem? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I have, what am I gonna do about this client? I'm like, you were like, what am I gonna do about like
Life.
speech therapy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
at
true.
some point, you know? And so like to be your dear friend and to see you through all these different rotations around the sun and around all of this, the like constellations and everything that you've been through, and to have moments where you call me and you're just like this doubtful person and I'm like, are you serious? You're the JaguarWomban. You became
You're the true witness.
that.
Yeah, you're the true witness. I love you. Aho, I claim it. I receive it. I receive the rain blessings of your words, like raining down on me. And everyone needs a friend like Joyce LeeAnn, because I think it's real. We all be forgetting. It's like you're so deep living in it. If you're doing it the right way, I think forgetting is something that can happen, that comes with that. And that's why we need that friend who is the soul sister mirror, who is like, look, I have the poetry book that you wrote in 2008. Like, look.
Oh, this is a little, we're going to get into the archivist after hours reveal in a moment here for those who want to stick around. There's a lot of goodies up in here in my box.
The box. It's like, it's real. And I remember, I mean, your own journey is such a testament and inspiration to me. I always tell you, I'm your number one fan.
You really do be telling me and I be forgetting.
You're
I'm like, I have fans now. You're like, excuse me?
Yes, I was your fan before the Alchemist came. Was me. I was there. So I take pride in that, and I think it's so valuable to have this kind of reflection, because it's real. Like when you're living life, you're in it. If you're doing it right and really transmuting and like getting ancestral and like
I love this reframe.
Facing the shadow, then forgetting happens because you are focused in that now. And it's about the balance. I think it's this balance of being in the now and like moving through your shit with authenticity so you can come out clear on the other side. And that's what friends are for. Like
that's what friends are for. And to add to that, I think a lot of what we both do is about the embodiment of the present moment. And when the only way we're bringing up the past and bringing up what needs to be remembered is so we can map our way forward. So when we doubt, I just might know a two or thing about archival map making. It might just be what I'm developing, and of course, what have you. But that's really what it is, like what you're adding, the whole thing about being so present and in the now and doing what you can and like being in it, and like you just can't even remember where you came or where you went or you're going because you're here. But oftentimes, like, love you too, but oftentimes, who's that?
She's in Womb Nation.
Oh, so, but then when you're super present and you're living your best life, and then you get knocked off course, right? You get some things that challenge you, and then that's when like you would come and be like, I got challenged. I don't know what's happening. What's happening? I don't know, because when you're in the now and you're in your flow and you're on your throne and you're moving from that like balanced Tatian like Tai Chi stance, right? Like you're forgetting all of that because it doesn't matter, because you know exactly. And I told you this yesterday. That voice of yours was like, yeah, so I'm just gonna do this, and then after that I'll just do this, and this is gonna happen. And I was like, there. You're like, but does that make sense? And I'm like, see, no, that's not the one. The voice before, right? But when that other voice inevitably comes, that's when it's worth looking back, because then it can say, oh well, why am I being afraid? Because I've already been on this course. I've already had certain similar challenges that are helping me to know that I can realign in this present moment to find my way forward, you know?
Yeah.
So it's all about, I feel like the only real true reason to have an archive is for the
Talk about it.
advancement is for the advancement of forward progression. We look back, it's that whole, you know, you have that energy, you know, with the satiata on your tattoo, you know, that Sankofa that we pull back so we can move forward. And so I only have to come up in here when you be off your throne.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's good. The purpose of the archive, and even in the wider sense, it's because things are in the macro and the micro the same. It's the same principle of we have to understand the history of who we are so that we can curate a wiser way forward. But we can't just like sit scrambling in the cauldron of the now, all confused. There's factors that created this now moment that, yes, we drop deep into the now. And within this now are the factors of all time. It's like the cyclical time is in the now. So we need to acknowledge all of those to truly be in the now, which really is like bringing up to me, into my mind, this concept of like moving in spiritual accuracy and like healing and like moving forward without bypassing the wounds of others or what's happening in the world and those who are suffering, who are not suffering like directly in my house or in front of my eyes. But it's like, that's how we do it without this bypass, casual, whatever you're going through, blah, blah, blah energy. It's like, we need to feel in the glorious now all that has brought us here and is like making this moment in time. And that's what helps us maintain like a self-care that is also a community care. Like,
absolutely.
So
The more we all show accountability for caring for ourselves, the better we are able to show up for community. And the more we also do our soul's path work, the more we transmute things on either side of generational forwards and backwards. And that's what I mean when I say like archival alchemy.
Yeah.
In this, everything that you're just saying around what you can like transmute in the now is because I can't actually heal my inner child from this seat. I can actually, you know, set my elder self up for the rest and the like liberation that I'm striving for from this here moment, because both of them are accessible to me now.
Good. Woo! It's
You
good.
know,
It's all accessible.
archival talk so sexy. Didn't you? I don't know why anyone didn't realize that you can like put, you know, this archival concepts, this like deep reverence of like witnessing each other in the world in a boudoir setting. But that's what we're going to do in Womb Nation.
That's what we're going to do on this full moon for Womb Nation. I'm bringing Joyce in as like my deep womb sister in the month of African futures, although that's all the time. We focus on it this month. So I'm bringing in to this now for this offering for the full moon, this juju that you have, which is encompassing so many different things. It's like, you're like, my thug self cried, because you still keep that thug energy alive.
You have to. You gotta remember where you come from. Never forget your
remember where you come from. While where you sit now, you are an archivist and poet with your own business and company and consulting work, and like you've worked with clients of all stratospheres of the socioeconomic range. It's like everything. Like you've been the first, you've accomplished like first for your own family line. We're not talking conceptually healing ancestors. It's like literally you in this incarnation now, you are bringing forward first for your bloodline. Like people don't even know about Black Denver. That's a whole, that's like a whole, yeah, that's a whole other lie.
That's where the
People
thug
don't even
tears
know
come
about the
from.
hood in Denver. Yeah, and that's where you come from. Like to go to Hampton, to Denver, to meet me in Boulder, to then like move on your intuitive sense to New York, to end up in the most fabulous apartment in all of Harlem. Like what? It's just like living literally the embodiment of following intuition and living your best life. To, we were talking about your graduation, to graduate with your master's degree in archival studies from Pratt University. Am I saying it correctly?
Too, but you right.
Okay, yeah, correct me
on.
if I'm wrong. This is a true story. I too am your witness. Like while I
You
was
two are
dying
my
in mental,
archivist.
I'm your archivist in my heart. My heart has an archive of Joyce LeeAnn. While I was like in mental institutions and like coming into my sanity and transmuting, you were achieving masterful things. And you're a friend who I always think it's okay if I don't make it, because like Joyce is gonna make it for sure, and she will take care of me.
You most certainly know it.
Yeah,
You most certainly don't ever doubt it.
Yeah, I don't ever doubt it. So it's glorious. It's beautiful to have that connection. And I just want to honor you, Black women to Black women, for all that you've accomplished and what you do for one. It's like you create you set like a whole new standard and blueprint that other girls looking forward in Black Denver can feel for themselves. Like, I'm gonna make it out like Joyce. I'm gonna go to New York and do things.
People didn't even know they had to make it out of Denver. They're like, there's Black people there. I'm like, listen to my friends say, I'm gonna make it out like Joyce. Yes, yeah. There's Black people everywhere. There's struggle everywhere. But we also have a lot of thriving. Like Black Denver isn't about just struggle, right? Like it's like you said, that's something that's been coming up for me a lot lately. And that's what I think the energy I wanted to bring to this Black History Month is our pleasure, is our joy. Let's focus on these generational gifts, okay? Because I went to my ancestors through my grandma's baby Black Lenormand deck and was like, what's the curse I need to break? And they were like, girl, we need you to be dancing. We need you to have a fucking fantastic time. That is not yours to be carrying. Whoever's role that is, it's not yours. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing by, like you said, being the first, by leaving, by going to literally space, if that's what's in my...
Literally, that's what's on the table. Because people listening and they don't understand. What is literally currently on the table for my best friend, who is a poetess, archivist, alchemist, burlesque performer, and who is literally going next to space. It's like, there is no frontier. We take in this energy, hood Denver, like Black burlesque sensuality, Black woman soft life. That's my new hashtag. Like, if I can achieve Black woman soft life, then I've done a lot for the world, for the earth. This is my assignment. I don't need to take on every single other oppressive force that's moving through reality. As you were talking about, like, I looked through my bloodline. I was like, is there anybody in this bloodline who has been a Black woman living a soft life? Show yourself. I was just trying to scan. They were just boop, 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 boop. I'm like, show
and they're
yourself.
like, you.
Even the queen frequency, it's like they were transmuting a lot. It wasn't just like, lounging. So it was really like, no, this is what you came through to do. This is what you came through to do. And we are here, they said, to help you do that, because that will benefit and free us, right? You know?
Because all of it is accessible from the now. So I'm healing them. I'm giving them their pleasure by living my best life, by like living my glamorous, fabulous, luxurious champagne life.
Live that champagne life. Okay. So
should I?
So wait, describe a little bit, because so people who just joined the call, what's happening with Womb Nation right now? It's like I stopped doing physically the new moon womb steams. I'm up in the energy. You can go online and subscribe for $33 and you get access to an archive of like 3 years straight of me doing the new moon womb steam and channeling over the bull. You get to see the videos. You get to access the monthly plant medicine potion recipes. You get a private members link to buy a seasonal blend, summer, winter, spring, whatnot. And you get a full moon featured priestess, which is an offering like which I conjure to be a gift to myself and to y'all, because it's like I'm coming through on the full moon and I'm just receiving the blessings of the sister tribe that I am gifting to you. Do you feel me? This month, Joyce LeeAnn is gonna come through and do her thing. And you're not even ready. I'm saying y'all just need to come. No matter what time it is in your time zone, it's really the combination of the mind, the body, the spirit. It's like your sensuality and your academic intellectual stimulation. You're getting stimulated in your head, like you're nerding out and like orgasming at the same time. That's the Joyce frequency. So like get ready. But this is on the full moon. Talk a little bit about, give us what you want to give us about where you're going to take us.
You know, that, thank you. This is what I'm saying. Archivist in your heart. Thank you. Thank you. Because that is so funny. I'm going to have to rewind that and use that because that is the Joyce frequency. Yes. Activation, all stimulated in your head. You're like, oh, I never thought about it like that. And then you're just like, but why am I also turned on? Like, why am I feeling like I can like go like touch myself or like really get into like seeing myself in a renewed light? Yeah, that's what we're doing. So I have been on this journey a lot, like you mentioned, the alchemists. And so I also have been holding space for women for the past, specifically right now, it's been mostly Black women who I have been holding space with for like the past 2 years developing this course. And since I've been doing that, I've been getting to a more distilled processed version of what it is that I can offer, especially in like bite-sized teasing type of things. In burlesque, we love a good tease, okay? And so this is a teaser into my world that you would get at I'm so honored to be the guest priestess of Womb Nation for the month of February 2024. Like, this is where I'm at in my life, and I have to remember that, right? And so that's the theme of this ceremony. I'm calling it a sensual ceremony, where we're going to do a burlesque inspired exploration research journey into remembering our true essences. Like, just so much of what we've been talking about here, how you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm feeling like sexy. Then I look at you right now and I'm like, are you serious? You have a fucking like sexy ass like alignment going down your chin to your chest. You're like, I'm taking out my breath. And it's just like, right, like, so what does it look like to remember yourself and like really love your, like, revisit yourself and try to be like, okay, what did I lose in this journey? What do I need to reclaim back? And how do I like put that back together in a way that feels really juicy? So that's what we're going to be doing. I have a whole ritual prepared for you all that I would guide you through. And similar to what my dear friend LaVon Levy, suicide poet, I remember when you were doing the myth of the Jaguar.
She's saying my
Phoenix.
name. They don't know who LaVon is. LaVon is me, y'all.
LaVon is
Joyce.
You. Yes.
She goes back to the root.
I remember when you had the blog, The Myth of the Jaguar Phoenix, you know, just so this is for you. This is really my gift to you. And I think everyone's going to get their life by proxy, because you need to be sitting back, like you said, for 3 years. You've been over the bowl, steaming, downloading, channeling, giving all of this healing vibration out into the world. And then now you get to lay back and receive and remember and reclaim, so you can like return always back to your highest essence. And I want you to feel sexy. I want you chiefly to feel like the sexiest goddess that you really are. I want you to see that and feel that. So people are encouraged to wear lingerie. I'm doing a little modest version for now, but you never know, I might be a bit more scandalous come the 24th. Once we get to the full moon, you know, starts getting more revealing. We start letting go. So, yeah, I think that's the gist of it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be
do
good.
so.
I want to give y'all a little teaser of like just what's in this box.
I'm ready.
Because
I'm just gonna be sipping this.
That's what you're supposed to be doing. So here is a nice archival quality box. What I love about something you said earlier too is how I wrote it down because I wanted to be concise. That these archival materials have journeyed with me across states and spaces and have been sacredly altered, to be curated and made accessible upon command. They be here to help us remember when we forget that we've already been on purpose. We're always together. Joyce and Jag and the BPR, Black Pussy Revolution, are here to stay forevermore.
Oh, I love that. They don't know about the Black Pussy Revolution.
Let me tell them. Shall we go into my box to tell them more about the Black Pussy Revolution?
I love it. Because y'all think JaguarWomban just arose from the nothingness, but no, she came up through the mountain. Yeah, this is real. Bring it, Raven.
So, in my little box here, in my correspondence from 2009 to 2014, I did add a little couple boxes in here. Remember, I'm a performer, so I had to, consolidate.
So good.
So when you say the Black Pussy Revolution, you're talking about...
Oh, look at my baby.
Look at your baby.
Oh, it's good.
You had to have written this around the circa 2007, 2008. Or did you write it after the summer writing program of 2008? It might have been after. It's in that frequency. It's in that
frequency. I feel like I wrote it during the summer writing program, or I definitely wrote it. It came out at Naropa, in the Naropa frequency. You have the recording of us talking in your apartment.
And stay tuned. We're going to make sure you add Archival Alchemy as a collaborator, because I'm going to be wanting, if people want to see more from the archive throughout the next couple of weeks, I'm going to share more goodies on my pages of from the archive. And so what I love about this is that that's all it says. It's just nothing else there. Nothing else needs to be said. Part 1, okay, she said. And then you do this every time you send me something or gift me something. You write the most affirming, beautiful letters to me. And you wrote on this: Joyce, TK Warrior, Princess Knight, Queen Joseph. You are life and love and light. Manifest yourself gloriously while continually refreshing, recharging your source. You are source. I adore you and you inspire me. You are the definition of the letters BPR. I love you. You are magical and healing and healed. We live forever. Boulder or Japan, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Philly, Denver, wherever you are, cosmic light shining down through infinity to the endless. You are a guardian and path maker to your family, your lovers in all forms, and to me and so many to come. Time lasts forever, and it is all things. I love you. Love on and on. Lavon, Natasha,
That's my name, witches. Y'all don't even know my name. Joyce know my name, my government name that my mama gave me.
And so let's see what you said also on the back of the book. You said,
okay. So pause. If you've just joined the live, Joyce has pulled out of the archive the poetry book movement that I birthed in 2007, prior to the whole car accident, JaguarWomban, transmutation, coma story, which was in 2010. So we're in 2007, 2008. When we conjured, I felt like it was a collective conjuring, because I definitely met you and then it was born. So we're connected in it. Even if you didn't sit and write it, it's my poetry. It's definitely something collaborative that was conjured. And you have the video even of that moment when it's coming through, and we're the BPR is the Black Pussy Revolution Part 1. That was my 2007 poetry book. Womb Nation didn't come from nothing.
It didn't come from nothing. I have another evidence. Archives is also known as evidence. Sometimes y'all call it in these, more current streets, receipts. But those are archives too, So I just wanted to read quickly what it said on the back. It says, this is from your excerpt from the Black Pussy Revolution. Ooh, part 2. Okay. Monologues. Oh, it's a whole series. You said, this is my pussy and it's black. You wouldn't know that because you ain't never seen one before. And you ain't never seen one before because they ain't on TV. And they ain't on TV because, well, if you put something like a black pussy on TV, might damn near kill you. It ain't like the vagina monologues. You can't just take it out on tour.
Oh, she was throwing shade. OG LeeAnn, she throwing shade. Why is she throwing shade at the vagina monologues? Let those white ladies live. Oh my God, I love this so much.
Let them live. And
this is true. This is the month African Futures. It's about remembering Black history's African futures. It's all like, it's beautiful. Let's remember who we are.
Let's remember who we are. We're also one of I feel like a nice thread in our connection is also we would be remiss not to utter the name Akilah Oliver in this here moment with each other. When that moment we met, one of our things that kept us together, our thread too, was Akilah Oliver. May her memory in her brilliance forevermore live.
Yeah.
She would be in the same conversations as the Alexis Pauline Gums, the Audre Lordes. Like, she was that sacred, naked nature girls. Akilah Oliver. So after
Akilah Oliver is a poet who was both of our teacher at Naropa University, which is where Joyce and I connected in 2007.
2008, we connected in the summer writing program. You were the recipient of the Zora Hurston Award.
True story.
Yes. Okay. So I want to wrap it up too, soon, so we don't keep people too long. But then here you are. You wrote to me again, Joyce. Without you, none of this is. LeeAnn, definition, mirrors. I love you. Definition, infinity. And you wrote this after Akilah passed away unexpectedly, around like 2011, I believe. And you were deep in it, right? Because the accident's like 2010 or so, something like around there. Wherever you were still deep in it, and you didn't know right away. And I had to inform you. And so you wrote this text, like really to honor that transition with Akilah. And this is called Morning Mirrors. And I like this first piece you wrote. Morning. In the middle of my brain injury, Joyce calls to tell me about Akilah, and I had just begun to understand things again. The order of the letters, the significance of leaves, and that the earth revolves on its axis, that the sun that sets here, now, today, will circle back around and come again. Definition, morning. Akilah, 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 becoming smaller, becoming. I can only hold her name inside my mouth. Nothing else fits inside my mind. That feels so empty.
I love you.
Akilah, we love you.
Akilah.
Then you ascended after you. This is when you started to really rise from the ashes. The phoenix. This is when you were rising from the ashes.
Redbird, and all of that is Naropa energy, because the Akilah book was published, handmade, by, what's his name?
Oh, hold please. This is what an archivist is good for. It was published by it was published by Shadow Mountain Press in Golden, Colorado.
Yes, Travis Sebula, right?
Did the design, the book design. This is a limited edition. Oh my gosh, guess what? This is a limited edition of 50 copies, of which this is number 44.
No, really? Oh my God. We can't make this shit up.
You can't.
We can't make it up.
You can't. So moving along a bit quicker now, because I just wanted to just, again, you wrote so much to me in here. And again, this is how you, like, through me archiving, this is how it's true what you say, like, you're my archivist in your heart, because every time you speak to me, every time you write to me, it is from the heart source energy. And so when I have you in my archive, I also have the love you have of me there too. Because look, I'm not going to read this one, but like, you be out here writing whole love letters to me all the time. This is just, I just want to show these things, not necessarily read these ones, but like.
But should we tell them about our tattoos?
Yes, let's end there.
Okay,
then
sorry.
we will end there with this, because this is where the tattoos come from. And then I might do a little reveal, turn around and show them. Okay. All right. So I just love, because again, none of this that you're doing is new. None of this that I'm doing is new. We've already been on. We've been doing all of this, the sensual, the womb, the goddess, the priestess, the writing, the world domination, since we were children.
Right.
Okay. And then
that's why we feeling so old sometimes.
Right. So I just love that you had on the back of these photos, you wrote on the photos, but I love on the back, you just like, read it in the light, the lighthouse, all the language, all of the downloads of what we were to become was all present in all of these things. I love that.
I love that.
Here you are giving me my language back to remember who you are. There will be no suicide.
The tiny fist.
And then I love this too. You were like, I feel like there was one point we had like a little sticky spot in our friendship, right? In our healing, but like we weathered the fuck out of that. Like a lot of people didn't come out, didn't make it past insane. That. What'd you say?
I was insane in our friendship for a period of time. Like, this is what is so special. It's like when I say I have a friend who I've had from before the continent to now, it's like, oh, that's cool. I also have a friend that I've had since high school. But it's like, no. Like, in the middle of our friendship, I was like strapped to a bed and Shepherd Pratt. You know what I'm saying?
We are recording.
Like, these what?
Someone said, are we recording this?
This is an IG live, so inherent to it being a live, it's it gets posted on the page.
I already answered the question, so you can be staying in the flow. Go. So you were saying,
this is, I lost it already.
It's okay, we got it back. So this is like,
we've magical things together.
Been through magical things, and like, yes, it was a healing journey. And what happens inevitably on healing journeys is sometimes people's traumas that they're navigating in their unique healing journey don't always align. And they can kind of be, it could be a little tension and hard to navigate. But like, what I love about us is that all we did was give space and time and trust the frequency of our connection to like live on and on. And so we like weathered the hell out of that. And this is testament to it. This peacock card that you sent me, because I remember during this time, it was kind of like, you were like, okay, I think I should say something. And even here, the love, you're just like, do you know who the fuck you are? Like, you wrote that. You are an infinite beam of light within a greater light. Like, this reminds me like that when two people are trying to heal in life, that if their connection is really authentic and we're a part of a soul family, we will find each other again and again and again, as we have always done. The other thing, last thing I want to share before our last reveal, and then we'll see if you have anything else to say and we'll get out of here. So this was really important because when you were in Wisconsin, which is where a lot of the deep, like, restorative, I mean, that's where the accident was, right? And so like there was a lot of really deep restorative moments there. Like, and when I say deep restorative, I'm talking learn to walk again. There's moments, I have photos of you where you had a cane, you know what I'm saying? And so you had sent me this piece in here, and you said, Joyce, this is my first creation. This is my resistance. My lifeline continues. The tiny fist at the center of it all. Hold strong in beauty. Yours, Lamont Caesar.
Oh, I love you so much. The tiny fist is still up.
And then
Yes.
this was the
This is my
first thing
poetry,
you
y'all.
wrote post like the accident.
Yeah.
And it's in Spanish, and I'm going to learn how to speak Spanish because I need to be learning how to speak Spanish because, you know, there's transitions are happening in my life, and Spanish is a part of me knowing that, and I need to know this. So yeah, do you want to
Wait,
tell
what is
them?
the title? No, what's the title
This
of
is
the
in Spanish,
poem?
is what I'm saying. So I
Oh,
didn't
but
want
I
to.
thought part one is in English. Okay, okay.
No, no, no. It just says the death of la death.
Oh, la muerte de la muerte. Okay, and it's something about I can still taste death. Translated, it's like I can still taste death on my tongue and on my skin. I still feel the death in my skin. I still taste the death on my tongue. Death is all around me. Yeah,
Yep.
I love it.
So do you? I can take a little swig, my last bit of sip of water, if you want to tell the good folks about our wings and the
Well, I want to
experience and
remind
the gift you
everyone
gave me.
that this energy that you are getting a little like capsule of is just a droplet in the alchemical cauldron that you can experience fully, that full on tea on the full moon of this month of African Futures, which is February
24th,
20,
2 weeks
24.
from today, on Saturday, February 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m. Eastern. If you would like to be part of this experience, you can join Womb Nation as it is a complimentary offering for members. Okay? Like part of what I'm doing here is introducing you to Joyce LeeAnn, who has her own independent work and offerings that you can also access through her page. We'll like click your pages. If you are on my mailing list, you're going to receive also an email that is telling you like her history. It's going to have her bio. It's going to have a description of the class. It's going to tell you what her offerings are now and how you can access them. So the full moon featured class, Raven, is part of the members offerings. They remain up in the membership portal forever. You can go back and see them anytime, and you can go back and access the work of the sister, teacher, priestesses, deep womb sisters that I am bringing into the space. So it's there for you to access and to experience. But I invite you to come live and in person because it's a vibe.
I mean, you
It's a
never
vibe.
know what you're going to get. I might
You
even just show you a little
never
something.
know. So
The wings.
why? So Joyce and I share these wings. How can they?
Oh,
When
wait, let's hit
Joyce,
a pause because this maybe can be our, like, you know, for the cover photo.
oh, we can try. I know you think about these things. Oh, mine kind of go down.
Yeah, yours go down. I like that. Okay, so tell them.
So I these wings are one of my first deep epic tattoos when I was in LA when Joyce graduated with her master's degree. Is that correct?
Yes,
In archival studies. Is that the right languaging? Master's
yes.
degree in
I
archival.
have a master's in library and information science with an archive certificate
Say
concentration from Pratt
one more
Institute.
time. Say it one more time.
I have a master's in library and information science with an archives concentration from Pratt Institute. This was over a decade ago. I am now a certified archivist.
Okay. I'm like a proud mama.
You
So
were this you here.
for her graduation gift, I gifted her our wings tattoo. So now we match. And we
Yes.
became
And
wing sisters.
what's also really important about this beautiful gift from you is that it was one of the last significant moments that I spent with my grandmother. And my maternal grandmother. She came here for my graduation, and you know Mama because you know about Black Denver. And so she came here, and all my family adores you, so she was so happy you were here. And my grandmother, I was getting this tattoo and scheduling, just it had to be where my grandmother had to get a car from the airport to the tattoo shop. And
Yes.
she literally, I was like, Mama, you just got to come to tattoo shop. She was like, okay, I'm with
it
shit.
was
You know, she's with
a black tattoo artist with a really beautiful space. I'm just blanking on his name.
Jazz.
This is why you're here.
Yes. So he, we meet my grandma comes there and they're like, we never really had no one's grandma in here. I was like, you never really met my kind of grandma. So my grandma's up in there. She's chilling. She's in New York City for the first time. She's just like, is that some Heineken you got in that cooler under your little chair?
He brought out drinks because the grandma, what's the drink? It's like cinnamony and it's like spicy.
Fireball.
With the Fireball. He brought that.
He had some Fireball shots. My grandma was like peeping the Heinekens. She got some Heinekens. He had all of this archival type of like Black history memorabilia.
Yeah.
So my grandma was telling stories about like her time. And then she just like, you know, like telling us these stories. She was like, you know, and I'm getting this tattoo. And she was like, I've always kind of wanted some ram horns because she's an Aries. I always want some ram horns tattooed on my temples. And I was like, you will not. What you will not do.
I was like, yes, Grandma, go, Mama, go.
I was like, shut up, LeeAnn, shut up. Because I'm not sending my grandma back to Denver with some tattoos. I should let her have it.
Tattoo some horns.
And what is so profound, besides all the epicness that I've already shared about that, is months later, my grandmother passed away.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly. She passed in July of 2012, and this was May 2012. Wow. So it was one of the last significant moments that I had with like one of my favorite people in the entire world. And so I have this card that y'all gave me. You know how tradition of graduation gifts, y'all were saying like congratulations, and look at you, all your love for me forever archived. So my grandmother, this is the last thing I'll read, and then I feel like you can close this out and we'll see you on the 24th if you're with us.
I love it. Okay.
So she said, my grandmother wrote, congrats to my daring granddaughter. You have traveled a long way, and now you have your wings to guide you to your next journey. Love you, Mama.
Oh.
And you wrote, Joyce LeeAnn, my soul twin, winged sister, BPR birth partner, revolutionary womb warrior, holding my hand always within Atman, other spaces, higher oneness, always you soar higher. I love you. That's a picture of me crying tears of joy. You did this. You listen to your guides always. You are in connection with your hummingbirds, floating free of time, yet still within its ever circling beauty. Atman, I love you all that you are.
I love you.
I love you too.
Joyce LeeAnn. Okay, y'all. So you've gotten a little tidbit of the high frequency sensual awakening that is my dear deep womb sister, winged soul sister, matching tattoo, friends since Levon days, friends since the birth of the Black Pussy Revolution, 2007. Our lives have been walking hand in hand, side by side. And you can experience her full glory by joining Womb Nation and attending the complimentary full moon offering of the featured priestess, who this month is Joyce LeeAnn, burlesque performer, poetess, librarian, degree in library science, certified archivist, epic human being who I'm honored to know. It's been just glory to talk to you. Just to remember, what we want to leave you with is this feeling of that you bring of like, yes, your mind can be awakened and stimulated. You can be evolving and remembering and still embodied in your sensuality, in an orgasmic experience of reality. All of these things can be wrapped into the beautiful present gift of the now moment. But
Ashe.
did I do it? I love you so much.
I love you too, my dear friend.
If you are here through my page, I want you to check out Joyce's pages. You can see them here. This is going to be posted on Womb Nation, on Archival Alchemy,
On Archivist
on
After
Archivist
Hours.
After Hours, on the JaguarWomban page, and you can experience the juju on the full moon. If you're not in my newsletter, I think you have a newsletter too. They can probably find that out
You
from your
also
page.
Can DM me. Fun fact, I really love DMs on Instagram.
Okay.
It's actually
Don't
my
DM
favorite
me. You
place.
can DM Joyce.
DM just me if you want more information about anything we talked about or what I'm going to do, or how, if you can't find links or anything. I love one-on-one DM conversations. So
I love that. Okay. I love that. Okay. I love you. I love
love
this.
you.
I love y'all.
Love
I
y'all.
love our
Thank y'all for
history.
tuning in.
I love our future. Thank you for tuning in. We going out. Mwah. Mwah.